Akpa Fury. Child, another whistle has gone. And that's on Akeem Silla off the ball. Referees really being eagle-eyed at this precise juncture. Of course, we didn't really have a good vantage point of that foul, but Akeem Silla with his first foul of the day. Here is Winter to Akpa Fury. Child putting the moves on Manning. Drives to the hoop. Kicks it out to Winter, open from the baseline. And he can't get his shot to go. It's one-on-one. Akpa Davis finds Silla inside. That's beautiful basketball from the Cavaliers. 7 points in transition for the Cavaliers so far. Child. Inside to Hodges. Hodges finds Moore. Moore will step out. It's 3 to shoot. Tom Child, long three, gets it to go! Huge three for Tom Child.
Tom Child does that on a basis.
Bonner finds a bit of room inside, banks it home. Jacoby Bonner now moving on to 11 points. Child trying to create some space, and Akpa Fury having a great first half, excuse me, for the Rebels. He has 6. Silla, Manning finds a bit of room, finds Akpa Davis inside. Great pass from Manning. Really patient offense from the Cavaliers. Akpa Fury driving inside, doesn't get his layup to go. Bonner, 2-on-2, and the finish there from Silla. Akeem Silla now moving on to 8 points to go with 11 rebounds. Not even halfway through the second period, and he's flirting with a double-double.
Yeah, early, not wasting any time, being very aggressive with going to the ball and making sure that his team is in a position to win.
Absolutely. And while we've got a quick break in play, of course, Essex Rebels, known for their fantastic game night experience. And it's certainly a joy to be here. As a player yourself, I know you haven't played this season for the Rebels, but you've been to many games. What have you made of this game night experience here in Colchester?
It's honestly, it's second to none. You know, being brought by Big Dog and Stan, you know, with encouraging the fans and engaging with fans and entertaining the fans. It's unlike really any arena I've ever been able to experience before in the many places I've been to. You know, Essex is one of the places that I like to say that has a different fan experience than any other place we've visited.
Yeah.
Solent, Kestrels, even UEL with some things they have going on over there. So
yeah, absolutely. Of course, many teams along the NBL have fantastic game night experiences. We're honoured to be at those venues across the country. Of course, last week we were in Nottingham as the Nottingham Herds faced off against Team Newcastle in an absolute thriller down in the East Midlands. Just a little south for today's NBL Live encounter, as Jake Einan comes back into the game for the Rebels. And also into the game, Tyrese Hudson. Here is Einan. Here is Hudson, back to Child. 6 to shoot. Einan. This is the 3, and here comes Manning for the Cavaliers. Manning to Saunders. Saunders, good defense from Einan, but the referees thought otherwise. It's one of those unfortunate calls to make. Einan thought he had, as we see on the replay, probably just a little late coming over. And as you can actually see, his jump was just a little bit all over the place. So good call from the official. as Aidan Saunders makes the first free throw, and the Cavaliers now stretch their lead back to 9. Their joint biggest of the game, chance to make it a double-digit lead. And Aidan Saunders misses the second free throw. Cavaliers were 4 for 10 from the foul line last week against the Sonant Kestrels, and their worries are still going from the stripe. They're 3 for 6 at the moment. Akpa Fury for 3. And another foul under the basket. This will be on Aidan Saunders. So the Rebels will stay with possession. Here is Hudson. Akpa Fury gets it from Moore. Moore gets it back. 6 on the shot clock. Moore driving under a cloud of Thames Valley defenders, and Josh Moore will go to the foul line for 2. Really aggressive, fearless play from Josh Moore. Yeah, that was a great take from Josh Moore. Going to need to see a couple more drives from him in order to keep his team back in the game. Josh Moore, another one of these Essex players who just attacks the basket at will, doesn't settle for the open jump shot, will look for the better shot, and a really good foul shooter as well. Absolutely. True professional that works on his craft every day. Makes both free throws, and the Cavaliers lead 30-23 halfway through the second period. Saunders on the turnaround jumper. Cavaliers going a bit dry from the field right now, but they will keep possession. As Lee Hodges prepares to check back in. And Ray Akpa Fury, who's had a fantastic first half, will take a seat. Cavaliers have gone more than 1 minute and 30 seconds without registering a field goal at the moment. Here is Saunders. Akwa Davis off the back iron. Saunders another offensive rebound. And here is Silla. Silla at the foul line, and Therese Hudson with a big athletic rebound. So far, though, 12 offensive rebounds for the Cavaliers. Moore loses it, but Juan Manning got the man as well as the ball. As Blaine Freckleton prepares to check back in. And Juan Manning will take a seat. So far, though, Carl, a strong second period for the Essex Rebels. They are trailing 10-7, but they've been really competitive as well, and they've tried to limit the second chance points as much as they can. And defensively, they've really locked down, especially in the last 2 minutes, over this Cavaliers team. As Einan puts up a 3 and hits. Yeah, that's a big shot from Jake Einan. Get him tough going and get his team going. Jake Einan, who was 1 for 11 last week against the Reading Rockets. So far with that was his first field goal actually in 3 attempts. Blaine Freckleton looking to answer, and Child picks up the loose ball. Here is Einan. Hudson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Lee Hodges couldn't quite hang on to it, and it will be a Cavaliers ball. Curious to see if the Rebels stay in this zone defense they've been in. Back-to-back possessions where they've had to get stops. Freckleton for the Cavaliers. A.J. Roberts at the elbow, an open Freckleton, but decides to kick it out to Saunders, and Hakeem Silla will get it back as Josh Moore, his pass, looking for Hodges as he was diving out of bounds, found no one but Hakeem Silla, and that was an open basket for the Guinea international. Well, Sakeem Silla, as said at the top of the show, represented Guinea at Afrobasket a couple summers ago, averaged around 4 points. In fact, his game high was 4 points, 4 rebounds in their group game against Tunisia, who were the eventual winners of the tournament. Einan finds a bit of room, goes glass, nothing doing. Saunders skies over the 7-foot Hodges to get the rebound. Freckleton. Cavaliers lead by 6. Saunders misses the 3. And Einan with the loose ball. Tom Child. And Tom Child fouled by A.J. Roberts as he was going for the steal round the back. And already I think that's close to team fouls as well for the Cavaliers. In fact, it is team fouls, so for the final 2 minutes and 53 seconds, the Rebels will be going to the foul line whenever the Cavaliers foul.
Yeah, that's a big opportunity for the Rebels to take a chance to drive the ball to the hoop, get some easy free throws at the line.
Absolutely, and Tom Child, an 82% foul shooter for the season. Rebels actually one of the top teams in the league in free throw percentage, averaging around 80 or 79% as a team. So far, have found the going tough. Even though they've reduced the deficit now, they found the going tough under the basket, especially on the offensive glass. That's where Thames Valley have got the majority of their points from here today. Saunders. Aqua Davis. Stolen by Einan. And the Rebels will look to capitalize. Here is Jake Einan again. Einan drives and kicks out. 3 on the way is no good from Ashley. And Lee Hodges on the follow, and Lee Hodges will go to the line. Lee Hodges, another one of these Essex players, actually played for the team last season, started this season though with Division 2 side Ipswich, but came in alongside Jake Einan just before Christmas. And Lee Hodges, another one of these players who, really physical veteran, has been there, seen it, done it, a former Great Britain junior.
Yeah.
And now trying to almost reinvigorate himself to society. He's actually taking a university course in nursing and specializing in mental health. So a future mental health professional Lee Hodges will be. Was unable to actually compete for the majority of last season due to the pandemic. Of course, working within the NHS, dealing with COVID patients. Lee Hodges didn't want to risk it, so fair play to him, but he's back in a Rebels uniform here today. Bonner. And Jared Hart into the game for the first time, and here he is on the ball, finds Freckleton. Roberts driving inside, and the Cavaliers will get the ball back, but the extra pass, Roberts had an open lane there, could have gone for the jumper, but decided to pass it off, as you see here on the replay. And the ball came off, I believe that was Ashley Last, 4 on the shot clock, and Tom Child picks up the loose change. Einan. Flowing offense here from the Rebels. Just need that final product in the final 1 minute and 30. And there is the basket from Matthew Ashley. That's his first points of the game. As A.J. Roberts just grimacing a little bit there, but he'll no doubt carry on, as you can see. Game is tied now at 32, so Essex, who have twice now come from 9 points down, have now tied the game at 32.
This would be a great opportunity for Essex to get a stop right here and go into half with a lead.
Absolutely. As Josh Moore, I thought was going to come back, but instead will take a seat on the bench. Charles Aqua Davis will take a seat, and Aidan Saunders will come back in. Here is Jared Hart for the Cavaliers. Hart again. Hart, nice pass from Jared Hart to Jacoby Bonner, and his layup goes. Great feed, though, from Jared Hart, the 41-year-old, still showing that he can get it done for the Cavaliers. Here is Child. Finds Einon, who lost the ball, but will go to the line for two. Great play there, great determination from Jake Einon.
Good awareness for Jake to attack the basket, not to settle for the three and just attack the basket right away.
As you can see there, just almost lost the ball as he was driving to the hoop, but got it back and straight away was grabbed. Jake Einon, as we said, a former Ipswich player, actually had a spell as well a couple of seasons ago with the Solent Kestrels. But a guy who absolutely excelled in Division 2, 30 points a game for Ipswich, now making the jump up to Division 1 as he makes both free throws. And the Cavaliers and the Rebels are tied at 34. Final minutes of the half. Bonner straight away on a catch and shoot, and he gets it to go. Jacoby Bonner for three. Child finds a bit of room inside, blocked by Silla. It's 2-on-1, but Bonner goes inside and scores. Jacoby Bonner feeling it. Already now with 18 points, Jacoby Bonner. Hodges. And the ball goes out of bounds, and the Cavaliers will get possession. Ball came off Jake Einon last. Final seconds of the half. Shot clock has been turned off. Jared Hart has it. Bonner to Hart. And Jared Hart travels with it. I think he realizes straight away that he took an extra dribble. And with 3.4 seconds remaining, the Essex Rebels will get the final shot of the first half. Still a competitive affair, though, trailing by 5. So all to play for in the third quarter. Child on the buzzer, and it's short. And that ends a competitive first half where the Essex Rebels trailed by 9 on 2 separate occasions in the first half. They've been a victim of many offensive rebounds by the Cavaliers, 14 offensive rebounds in all. However, they have hung around, and the Cavaliers hold on to a 39-34 lead at the half. Your thoughts before we go into the break?
Well, I think, first of all, that the Essex Rebels are playing exceptionally well with the amount of energy and effort that they're putting necessary on the offensive glass. I think that on defense, if they focus a little bit more on the rebounding aspect, I think that they could be looking to put a couple more points on the board and maybe give them a couple more opportunities to extend the lead out.
So for the Essex Rebels, 3 players with 6 points: Rory Winter, Josh Moore, and Ray Akprofuri leading the way for the Cavaliers, but leading all scorers, Jacoby Bonner with 18 points and a double-double of 10 points, 13 boards for Akeem Silla.
Yeah, Jacoby Bonner not wasting any time attacking the basket with 18 early points. Silla with, I believe you said 10 rebounds early in the get going.
Well, 10 points, 13 rebounds.
Yeah, I think this is something that Coach Ralston is going to have a focus on going into half and telling his team to come out and stop.
So that is halftime here at the University of Essex Sports Arena. The Cavaliers lead the Essex Rebels 39-34. We'll be back in roughly 10 to 12 minutes' time. And welcome back to the University of Essex Sports Arena, where the Thames Valley Cavaliers lead the Essex Rebels 39-34. And before we start, a quick shout out to our game day sponsors, Wilson Sports Serve Dynamic, Sport England and Sure Shot. Of course, Wilson, the official basketball supplier of the National Basketball League, and Dynamic, the official floor supplier of the National Basketball League. John Hobbs and Kyle McDermott keeping you company here tonight. And Kyle, it's been a competitive first half, hasn't it, where Essex have had their tails between the legs a few times. They've trailed by as many as 9 points on 2 separate occasions, but they fought back. They've tied the game a couple of times. It's all set to be an exciting second half of play. Yeah.
I think the biggest thing for the Essex Rebels, what they need to do is come out with the same energy they had in the start of the second half and keep that up for the rest of the game. I know Thames Valley's hungry to come out for the win. I can speak for our team that, we need to have this win for our program so we can continue to move on and hopefully move up in the rankings.
Absolutely, and the scoring has been balanced for the Essex Rebels so far. 3 players on 6 points leading the Ray Akpafori, Rory Winter and Josh Moore for the Cavaliers, leading all scorers with 18 points, Jacoby Bonner, and Akeem Silla with 10 points, 13 boards already. Well on his way to a 2020 game, Akeem Silla right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a great matchup between him and Lee Hodges. I think Lee Hodges, if he can get himself going a little bit more inside the paint, it'll be a big battle between the big men for today's game. Yeah.
Noise is so much here that we can barely hear each other talk, which is always a great thing to have. It's one of those uncomfortable moments where we try and get in and try and listen into what each other's saying, but a fantastic atmosphere inside the Essex Sports Arena, which is all driven by the fantastic Big Dog Balling, led by Stan and Nate, who were MCs and master of ceremonies for the National Cup Finals weekend we just had in Manchester. And they do such a great job at making this such an incredible game night experience, don't they?
Oh, they sure do. It's an experience unlike any other. The effort and the amount of attention and entertainment they bring to the fans is just second to none.
And there is the great Stan Kazungi right there on the microphone. A basketball player in his own right as well. Plays, I believe, for the Books team here at the University of Essex. A great player. Can't really dunk the ball, though. I've seen him try it a few times over in Manchester. He couldn't quite get that height there, but a good shooter nonetheless.
Yep, Stan, knowing. Not for the dunking ability, but he can get himself going for shots.
He's like 6'3", surely. So we're about to start the second half, the third quarter here in Colchester. And great just before we were about to go on air, great of Ray Akpafori to come over and slap hands with both of us, just see how we're both doing, thanking us for coming in. That's what it's really all about, is promoting the NBL Division 1 to a wider audience, and promoting it as well to families who either live abroad, live out of the county. It's a good chance for them to see their team in action.
Of course, making sure that everyone gets an opportunity to see what NBL basketball is all about.
Absolutely, and here we go, start of the third period here at the University of Essex Sports Arena, blocked by Saunders on the attempt from Ben Winter.
And that was a great take by Ben Winter early to get himself going.
And the Cavaliers actually will retain the possession. It came off Ben Winter last. Here is Silla. Silla deciding not to drive at Lee Hodges, and they'll slow it down. Saunders. Roberts. Silla. Silla driving inside. 12 points now for Akeem Silla.
And there goes Silla right back at it where he started off.
Child finding a bit of room, but finds no one. Akeem Silla gets the loose ball. Blaine Freckleton catch and shoot. And Roberts with the offensive rebound and puts it in at the second attempt.
Yeah. Essex has to make sure we get back on defense. Make sure they can't get another offensive rebound.
Child. Finds Hodges. Hodges stolen by Akeem Silla, and Akeem Silla all alone for the easy 2. Great start here from the Cavaliers, and they now lead again by 9 points. So again, it's about how you respond from the Rebels. They responded twice previously. Can they do it here? Winter looking for options. Hodges. And another steal. This time Silla comes up with it. Saunders back to Silla. Silla, beautiful move from the Cavaliers, and a quick timeout from Ross Norfolk. He's seen enough, and that's the biggest lead now of the game at 13 points for the Cavaliers.
Saunders and Silla making it look easy with the behind-the-back pass, stump down. It doesn't get any much easier than that.
Absolutely, and now the Cavaliers have raced out to a double-digit lead within the first 2 minutes of this quarter, an 8-0 run to start.
Yeah. And not to mention, I do want to say that the Essex Rebels are missing one of our key players, as Jordan Gray has not played since the first term.
Absolutely,
yeah. Another player we're desperately missing is Jordan
Gray. With a broken toe, speaking to Ross Norfolk before the game, and he hopes to have Jordan back, within the next couple of weeks. He is starting training again, but not risking him, especially at this stage of the season. Of course, Essex Rebels with a 2-14 record. They need players like him, in order for this team to actually finish strong and stay in Division 1 next year.
Yeah, certainly his presence is definitely missed on the court.
Here we go, back to the game. Inbounds to
Ironen. Ironen looking for options, finds it in Moore. Moore puts up a 3. Josh Moore, an underrated three-point shooter, but misses on that occasion. Freckleton. Freckleton gets it back from Saunders. Roberts for 3 off the back iron, and Moore with the rebound.
Good ball movement by the Cavaliers.
Moore driving at Saunders, finds nothing but a brick wall in Aiden Saunders. Ironen. Ironen finds a bit of room inside, kicks it out. The open man is Rory Winter, short with his 3, but gets it back. Moore, second attempt, and that goes.
That's a big shot for number 12.
Josh Moore with his first three-pointer of the day. Here is Freckleton. Silla finds Bonner. Roberts in the corner. Big rebound there from Silla. Jacoby Bonner driving, finds an open Silla inside. Good help defense, though, from Lee Hodges, and he gets the rebound. 5 rebounds now for Lee Hodges to go with 4 points. Ironen finds a bit of room for 3. And Silla comes up with the loose ball. Roberts finds Freckleton inside to Silla. Thank you very much. And I think a foul was called. It was a late whistle. And the 2-pointer will count. That's a late call from the official, but Akeem Silla will go to the line for a 3-point play.
Akeem Silla really pushing the pace, not letting the Rebels get any chance to come back on defense.
And the Thames Valley Cavaliers, as mentioned earlier, not the best free throw shooting team this season. They were 4 for 10 last Sunday against the Cavaliers. They're 4 of 7, though, here today. Here is Winter. Winter looking for options. Finds it in Ironen. Ironen stripped by Roberts, and A.J. Roberts with the easy finish at the other end. And the lead is ballooning now to 52-37 in favor of the Cavaliers. Only 3 points in this third period so far for the Rebels. And another steal, this time Bonner strips Winter. And Bonner fouled.
Hard foul.
Hard foul there from Rory Winter. But Jacoby Bonner went straight back up to his feet. Nice show of sportsmanship there between Rory Winter and Jacoby Bonner.
Yeah, good to see he's okay after that fall.
Absolutely, as you see the replay there. And Bonner did land awkwardly on his feet, and he will go to the foul. He's just walking up and down, just trying to shake off that blow. But Jacoby Bonner having a really good game for the Cavaliers. Hasn't scored yet in this third period, but 18 points, 4 rebounds for the number 21. And Jacoby Bonner misses the first free throw. He's now 1 for 4 from the stripe.
See if the Essex Rebels can get this rebound and get something on the other end of the court.
Jacoby Bonner splits his free throws, and the Cavaliers lead 53-37. Child, nice pass inside to Moore. Long arm could floater, and it goes. Much needed basket there for the Rebels.
Such a good find from Chom Child.
Silla, Roberts, Freckleton. Saunders likes that corner three. This time kicks it out to Silla. Shot clock down to 6. And Ben Winter with the rebound off the miss from Silla. Open lane there for Winter, but decides to kick it out. Moore rattles in a 3. Looking straight
That's the second
at the Thames Valley, yes, straight at the Thames Valley bench. Bonner driving baseline, and Jacoby Bonner will return to the foul line.
Jacoby Bonner is a man on the mission to get to the basket.
Right now he is, absolutely. I see a little bit of trash talk as well, as you see the 3 right there from Moore. And straight away, we don't see it there, but straight away he looked right at the Thames Valley bench, straight at Bernard Herhetro. And as he was running away, Herhetro just shows the score line, like, look at the score right now. The Cavaliers lead by double digits. As Jacoby Bonner splits the free throws again. Hodges. Winter looking for options, finds it in Hudson. 6 to shoot, Hodges on the spin. Winter, they've got to put up a shot. Child, long 3 off the glass, but the Rebels get a second attempt. Child again, Moore again, and he gets it to go. 3 bites of the cherry for the Rebels, and they get it to go.
Big rebound and putback from Josh Moore.
Roberts. Freckleton, and that's off. Good spell this for the Rebels. Winter, and foot violation, it came off A.J. Roberts. But already Ben Winter, who is capable of putting up some good numbers, 10 points, 5 assists, 3 steals against Reading. Right now just seems hesitant to want to attack the basket and put the ball up.
Yeah. Ben Winter is also coming off of a lower back injury, which might be hindering him a little bit. But nonetheless, I think he's doing a great job getting into the lane and setting up his teammates.
Hudson. Tough move there from Tyrese Hudson. Doesn't get the drop. Here is A.J. Roberts to Akeem Silla. Bumps his man, goes glass.
Yeah, tough take and finish.
Child will slow it down. Here is Hudson. Hudson looking for options. And another steal, this time Akeem Silla with it. That's 4 steals for Akeem Silla. Here is Jacoby Bonner off the glass. That's good.
Kobe Bonner just taking over this game single-handedly.
22 points for Jacoby Bonner to go with 2 steals, 4 rebounds. Leads the team in scoring this season. And Winter, that's what we're known to see. And a foul.
Good take and finish by Ben Winter.
Absolutely, and you know, Ben Winter, that's what we're accustomed to seeing from Ben Winter, driving to the hoop and getting aggressive.
Yeah, using his size to his ability.
Absolutely.
Finishing the layup.
One of the many products of the Copleston High School in Ipswich, Ben Winter. And the referees have actually decided that the basket will not count. Either way, a good play there from Ben Winter, but the foul was called on the floor, so no continuation. Here is Winter. 2:35 remaining in the third. Cavaliers by 14. Hudson driving, stripped. Bernard Hahetro comes up with it. Bonner on 22 points, loses the ball. And the referees will just discuss who that came off last. And the ball will go to the Essex Rebels with 2:16 remaining as Matthew Dizu, for the first time tonight, will check in to the game. And Tyrese Hudson takes a seat. Winter finds Akpofuri. Here is Dizu. Dizu misses the ball, collects it. Here is Child. 2 to shoot for Tom Child. Akpofuri, no, that's a shot clock violation. Tom Child couldn't quite, that pass probably needed a shot there, but Tom Child opting for the pass and a turnover for the Rebels. Another one for the Essex Rebels.
Unfortunate, just a little bit late on that pass.
16 turnovers for the Essex Rebels in this game. And yeah, has been a huge part of why the Cavaliers have been able to stretch their lead to double digits. They led by 5 heading into this quarter. As the 3 was on the way there from the number 12. Here is Tom Child.
Handling the pressure pretty well.
3 on the way from Winter, and that's good. In the corner, Ben Winter for 3.
And that's what Tom Child does very well at a high level, setting his teammates up and making sure they knock down a shot.
Here is Wood. And Bonner misses the jumper there, and here is Child. Dizu. Another 3 for Winter, and that's off the back iron this time. That would have narrowed it to single digits if that had gone. Tom Child gets the ball. Jacoby Bonner's dribble ends off with his foot.
Nice
Round the
pass.
back pass to Winter. Child, the extra pass. Dizu will drive. Dizu, beautifully done from Matthew Dizu.
Nice
And the
reverse
gap
layup.
is now 9.
Great layup by Matthew Disu, just checking into the game. Looking to get himself going.
Bonner, Wood. And Temmie Wood traveled with it. So final 13 seconds, and the Rebels again with a chance to narrow the gap even further.
Yeah, chance to cut the lead by 10. Bonner doing everything he can to make sure his team stays in the lead.
So final seconds of the third quarter. Winter. Winter inside to Akpofuri, blocked by Bonner. No, it's a goaltend. 0.2 of a second remaining. And Ray Akpafuri now on 8 points off the bench.
It's a big bucket for the Essex Rebels.
And Jared Hart will just let the quarter run out. And the Cavaliers, who led by as many as 16, find themselves 7 points up, 58-51. Still all to play for in this fourth period.
Yeah, another lead change where the Essex Rebels have now cut the lead 3 times. Hopefully coming up in this fourth quarter, they'll be able to advance and take over.
And that ends the third quarter. We'll be back in just a minute's time as we start the fourth period here at the University of Essex Sports Arena. So we are about to start the fourth quarter here at the University of Essex Sports Arena. John Hobbs alongside Carl McDermott. And just quickly running through the scorers, leading the way for the Essex Rebels, Josh Moore on 16 points, shooting 6 for 8 from the field. And leading all scorers, Jacoby Bonner with 22. But another big statistic for Hakeem Siller, another double-double, 21 points, 15 rebounds for Hakeem Siller. Huge numbers from him.
Oh, absolutely. Looking at the scores from the Essex Rebels, it looks like they're a little bit more well-balanced from their starters compared to the starters from Thames Valley.
Here is Jared Hart back into the game for the Cavaliers. Saunders in the corner. Saunders is short. Skying for the rebound was Ben Winter. And here is Tom Child. Child finds Ashley driving. Ashley blocked by her hetero. He gets it back. And a foul has been called. Huge block, though, on that play. But Ashley got it back, stayed with it, and he'll go to the foul line.
Matthew Ashley with a tough take, able to get himself to the free throw line. Opportunity, 2 free throws.
As Blaine Freckleton checks into the game for the Cavaliers, Jacoby Bonner will take a seat. And Matthew Ashley makes the first free throw. And slowly but surely, once again, the Rebels, who have trailed big, are coming back into this. And the Cavaliers, really for them, it's all about just closing this one out. I know we're in the early stages of the fourth quarter, but it's just closing this one out. And so far, they haven't been able to do it.
Yep. Essex Rebels still hanging in the ball game.
Absolutely. Hart dancing his way inside, kicks it out to Freckleton off the back iron. Aiden Saunders tipped it, but Ashley comes up with it. Here is Freckleton again, though, another turnover from the Rebels. Saunders finds Hart. Hart for a long 2. And the ball goes out of bounds, and it will go to the Rebels. Jared Hart looking at the officials. He wanted a foul on that.
Yeah. Matthew Disu let him know that he didn't have one.
Of course, Jared Hart, a former Great Britain international and really made a name for himself at Eurobasket 2009, led the team with 15 points in their narrow loss to Spain. Of course, Spain had a certain Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol, Ricky Rubio in that squad that day, and Jared Hart with 15 points as GB came up narrow, 76-84 losers. Here is Tom Child in transition. Beautiful basketball from the Rebels, and the gap is now 3.
Big time basket from Tom Child to cut the lead.
Hart, beautiful move from Jared Hart, just creating a bit of space and gets the 2.
Just need a little bit of separation to get that ball up and in the basket. Great move.
Ashley finds Winter. Akpafuri, a big 3 for Ray Akpafuri, and that doesn't go. Here is Hart. Hart driving. Nice pass inside to Silla, and Akeem Silla will go to the foul line. I believe that will be on Tom Child.
Yeah, Ray Akafoya is known to knock down some three-point opportunities, but unfortunately wasn't able to get that one to go.
A guy known mainly for his inside presence, especially on the glass, but as you say, Carl, isn't shy about shooting the 3 as an unorthodox shooting method, but I have seen them go in before, as Akeem Silla will make the first foul shot. 2 for 2 now from the stripe is Akeem Silla in this one. And as is customary for the Cavaliers in this game, they split their free throws again. That's now the 5th straight that they've had where they've split their foul shots. Here is Winter. Dizu to Child, back to Dizu. Dizu on the spin, turnaround jumper. And Jared Hart with the rebound. Freckleton, and Jared Hart gets it back. Here is Aqua Davis.
Good ball movement.
Misses the ball. Here is Akeem Silla on the follow. No good. Akeem Silla and Jacoby Bonner battling with 3 Essex players.
Yeah, good ball movement by Thames Valley. Able to get that ball down there. Matthew Disu just able to secure the rebound, come up with the foul.
It was actually Ray Akpafuri with the deflection there as Akeem Silla was going up, as we saw on the replay. Still all to play for, though, as we have passed 3 minutes in this 4th period. Winter. Rory Winter finds Ben Winter. Here is Rory Winter, 5 on the shot clock. Nice pass inside to Hodges, and Hodges scores.
That's a great play by Rory Winter to set his teammate up, Lee Hodges, for the easy dish.
6 points now for Lee Hodges to go with 7 rebounds. Jared Hart, here is Bonner. Bonner attacks, goes left, misses. And Tom Child, it was 1-on-1 there, but he decided to slow it down. Huge possession this for the Rebels. Ashley for 3. And Hodges tipped it out, and here is Winter. Ashley again, driving. Misses the layup, though, and here comes Hart, who picks up the loose ball. Freckleton to Silla. Silla scores. And with only Tom Child under the basket, that was always going to be a score for Akeem Silla.
Tall Euro step, tall Euro step.
Rory Winter finds a bit of room. Ashley inside to Hodges. That's a beautiful find from Matthew Ashley, and a timeout has been called by Coach Robert Banks. And so far, even though the Cavaliers have remained in the lead for the majority, the Rebels are just not going away.
No, they are not showing any signs of letdown. They are in this to win this, and hopefully that the Rebels will be able to come out on top.
Absolutely, 63-59 to the Rebels, and a fantastic occasion here as we celebrate Valentine's Day a couple of days early here at the Essex Sports Arena, and the great crew of Big Dog Balling led by Nate and Stan certainly getting the crowd involved. A lot of couples here tonight, which is always good to see as you see the highlights of what has just transpired. That was a great find there from Rory Winter to find Lee Hodges, and Akeem Silla with a couple of buckets there but it's all to play for as we enter the halfway mark here in the fourth period.
Anybody's ball game at this point, just whoever wants it more.
This one was a special request. Can we get a hug at least? Hey, come on.
As both teams restart play, here is Freckleton. And Jared Hart takes it off him. Hart driving. And the two is good from Charles Aqua-Davis.
Tough shot. Essex need to get a bucket.
Absolutely. Here is Hodges back to Ben Winter, excuse me. Winter driving at Aqua-Davis. No good on the follow. Hodges misses the layup.
Hodges
gets it back and scores.
What a putback and finish from Lee Hodges. A great take from Ben Winter as well.
That's 10 points now for Lee Hodges, who's coming alive. In this fourth quarter, Aqua-Davis finds a bit of room for two, short. And Rory Winter passes it out to Ben Winter. Oh, he misses the layup. Ben Winter with a huge opportunity, and at the other end, Jacoby Bonner says thank you very much.
Wow, what a turn of events.
Devastating sequence for the Rebels. Child. Inside to Hodges. Hodges goes glass and a foul. Lee Hodges with a chance for a three-point play. And the gap is 4.
Tom Child being very patient on that three-pointer, knowing he's got Lee Hodges in the paint. Easy dump down for the M1.
And Lee Hodges going to the foul line, averaging around 12 points a game this season as he returned to the Rebels in December. And Lee Hodges gets his own rebound off the missed free throw. And the Rebels with another attempt here. And they can trim it to a one-possession game. And a foot violation, so the Rebels will get it back. Shot clock has been reset as well. Great spell, though, this from the Rebels with 4:06 remaining. Here is Hodges under the basket, and a foul has been called.
That's exactly what they were looking for.
Absolutely, and this is what they were looking, well, this is what they did at the start of the game. You know, Cavaliers getting most of their points either in transition or on the second chance. But now in this fourth quarter, they're going back to Hodges. And he is causing problems here at the moment. Here is Child. Child looking for Hodges, and that time just a bit too much for Lee Hodges, who's calling for the ball a little higher this time.
Yeah, maybe could have thrown it over the top.
Hart. Bonner finds Jared Hart at the elbow. Jared Hart scores.
Wow. I think that's his second point in the paint for that mid-range right there.
Hart to Winter. Back to Child. Looking for the pick and roll from Hodges. Instead goes to Rory Winter, who misses everything. Jacoby Bonner's glasses fall to the floor. Tom Child comes up with it, and Jacoby Bonner hits it out of bounds as Jacoby Bonner's glasses are under the basket at the Essex end.
I got respect for Kobe Bonner. He plays very hard. He's a very hard-working player.
As you can see, his glasses are now returned to him. But what a game, as you say, what a game he's had, 22 points. Akeem Silla now leading all scorers with 26 and 15 rebounds, but Jacoby Bonner, who started the first half in electric fashion, had 18 points. Has only contributed 4 points since. Here is Child. Of course, these two teams will be playing tomorrow afternoon as well over in Uxbridge in the return fixture. So these two teams will know all about each other over the weekend. Here is Hodges. Hodges on the spin, goes glass and scores. Lee Hodges coming alive in this fourth quarter.
He's so tough to stop. He's so tough to stop.
A 4-point gap. Roberts. Bonner driving, going at Hodges, and Hodges with the foul. Rebels players did not like that one. They thought it was all ball, especially Coach Ross Norfolk.
We did. We thought that was good defense.
But it's 2 shots for Jacoby Bonner instead. Lee Hodges definitely in the thick of everything here in this final period.
Oh, yeah.
I know you're upset, but let's make some noise here. Who doesn't like if you get involved?
And Jacoby Bonner now back to the foul line for the Cavaliers. Big free throws this, and he rattles in the first.
The ball didn't want to go in there. Come on, Rebels fans, a bit more noise.
And Bonner will go back to the line
Make some noise, let's go.
for the extra free throw. So 8 for 14.
Voices, do something.
The Cavaliers at the line.
Oh.
And he splits his free throw, so a let off there for the Rebels.
Come on, Rebels fans.
5-point game. 2 minutes 30 left.
Here is Moore. Winter. Back to Moore. And the ball goes out of bounds. A bit of a miscommunication there between Rory Winter and Josh Moore.
Yeah. I think Josh was thinking that Rory was going to go back door, or miscommunication there.
Freckleton. Here is Freckleton again. Goes baseline and open Jared Hart on the spin. Turnaround jumper is good. Jared Hart really coming alive in this fourth period for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, that's a shot. Mid-range pull-up.
Hodges. Moore. Big possession this for the Rebels. For the shoot. Child is fouled as the shot clock was winding down. So Tom Child will go to the line for 2 shots. A let-off for the Rebels.
Yeah.
But more chances for the Rebels to go to the line and get some points on the board. Tom Child, an 82% foul shooter.
Yeah, big break for Tom Child here. Hopefully he can knock in these 2 free throws, give us a chance to get back in this ball game.
And a big 1 minute and 37 seconds for the Rebels. Their nearest relegation rivals here in Division 1, Oaklands and Leicester, both lost today. So a big 90 seconds here for the Rebels. Oakland's losing 75-70 to the Nottingham Hoods, and the Warriors losing 101-73 to Hemel Storm.
Essex pushing up the defense.
Freckleton. Hart, who's had a big fourth quarter so far. Freckleton for 3. Silla with a big rebound. And the Cavaliers will reset. And I think Freckleton stepped out of line. He did.
Yeah. It's a big call.
Absolutely. He was out of bounds as well, Blaine Freckleton, as he got the pass from Hart from where we were. I think both of his feet were actually out of bounds. A huge possession this, though, for the home side with 1 minute now remaining. They need a score here.
Yeah. Let's see what Coach Norfolk has drawn up for his team here.
Winter driving. Misses everything. A.J. Roberts comes up with it. Jacoby Bonner. And the Cavaliers again will slow down. Wise basketball from them. Silla. Silla nearly stolen by Child, absolutely. Shot clock down to 3. Silla's got to put up something. Puts it up, in and out. Shot clock has been turned off, so big possessions here. Child for three, blocked by Silla. Huge block from Hakeem Silla and a foul called. That's on Tom Child.
Yeah.
And you've got to believe that's his third foul. You've got to believe now that that might be it. Rebels not yet in the penalty, but they need to foul now.
Yeah, they do. They do need to foul, stop the clock early, and hopefully they can get the ball back with some time remaining.
And Hodges quickly fouls Hakeem Silla. Hakeem Silla falling to the floor. And one more team foul for the Rebels. 13.2 seconds remaining in what has been an exciting encounter here at Essex, and Jared Hart is fouled, this time by Rory Winter. So Jared Hart will go to the foul line. Jared Hart, a 70% foul shooter for the season.
Yeah.
Probably the most veteran player in Division 1 at 41 years of age, but still going strong. And now he has the chance to effectively end the game here for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, let's see if he can close it out here with these free throws.
Jared Hart to ice the game, and he makes the first.
Say something back to him now. Make some noise. Come on now. Make some noise. Noise, Essex Arena.
And Jared Hart, with the second attempt, makes it, and that effectively ends the game. Essex really need to get a quick bucket in any chance of making this a competitive last 12 seconds. It's been a great fight from the Rebels, but at the moment it seems like that might be too little too late now.
It might be too little too late. I'm curious to see what Coach Ross Norfolk draws up for his team. If it was me, I'm thinking he might be drawing something up for his shooter, Josh Moore, to come off a screen, hopefully get up a quick shot, and then get a quick stop.
Well, Essex have a number of good three-point shooters. You've got Josh Moore, you've got Tom Child as well. They've got a number of three-point threats. Jake Anon as well, who's been on the bench. So there are some three-point threats there, but 12 seconds remaining. They need to go in.
Yes, no time to waste. Have to go Tracy McGrady.
12.3 seconds in what has been a really enthralling contest here at the Essex Sports Arena, where the Cavaliers have led for the majority of the game. They've led actually since the start of the first quarter. Essex have threatened a few times, but the Cavaliers have kept the lead going. In fact, the last time the Essex Rebels had the lead was the first possession of the game when they hit the three.
Yeah.
Marcus, they need a few of them right now. The Essex Rebels shooting 7 for 24 from deep here today.
Yep. All right. Let's see what Coach
Let's
has
see what
drawn up for the
happens
team.
What time is it? Yes, sir. Let's get it. Big bucket here.
Rory Winter, another available three-point shooter.
Absolutely. So you've got Tom Child, you've got both the Winters, Ben and Rory, and of course Josh Moore. All of those players, all four can shoot the three. Here is Ben Winter for three. It's off the back iron. Tom Child gets it. Child decides to drive inside. Lee Hodges with a quick score, 3.9 seconds remaining.
Quick stop, quick stop.
And they nearly get a turnover. They do. Hodges, and that will do it. Child will put it up, put it in, but that will do it. It does count. And that ends a really exciting game here at the Essex Sports Arena. The Thames Valley Cavaliers hang on against the Essex Rebels. They win 74-72. Hakeem Silla with a monster game, 26 points, 17 rebounds and 4 steals. Jacoby Bonner with 23.6 rebounds with an able support for him. Josh Moore and Lee Hodges both with 16 points for the Rebels. Lee Hodges with 12 boards to go with those 16, but not enough for the home side.
No, it wasn't enough. At the end of the day, Thames Valley came out. They made excellent contributions, offense and defense, and that was able to seal the game for them.
Absolutely, and that ends our broadcast here today from the Essex Sports Arena. So the Rebels stay on 2 losses, the same as Oakland's and the same as the Leicester Warriors. For the Cavaliers, their push for a top 2 spot continues. They win here today. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Basketball England YouTube channel to know and be notified for whenever we are next on your screens. My thanks to Kyle. I'm John Hobbs. Good night, everybody.